Alright, what up, guys? Today we're gonna be doing Requiem for a Dream. It is a movie that I've always wanted to see, so I'm pretty excited for it, and I hope you don't hear anything in the background and you only hear my mic and the movie. And yeah, if you want to check out my other reactions, I reacted to Slumdog Millionaire recently, which I really enjoyed, and Oppenheimer and Superman, the latest one, and the classic 1978, and many others. The reactions will be up there for you to check out. Let's go.
Of flesh and blood, Mize, and what are you trying to do, your own son?
Is he trying to sell the TV or rent it out to buy drugs? Because I know this is like a movie about drug addiction. That's pretty insane, but it is common to sell people's stuff, especially in your own home, to continue the drug addiction. But returning for a few hours, is he renting it? This is incredibly sad for the mom and the kid and everything else. And the fact that she gave him the key is upsetting too because you're allowing him to continue to do what he's doing. You're enabling it in order to try and be a good mom, but that's being a bad mom at that point because you're supposed to put your foot down and help your kid, even if they end up resenting you. But I understand it's difficult. And then she's locked herself behind the door, which means maybe the dude has been aggressive before or violent in some way because she wouldn't feel the need to do that if he just took things. Unless if she tried to stop him in the past and he tried hitting her or pushed her and she fell very badly. But this is what an opening scene, huh?
Man, that motherfucker started looking.
Horace, Marlon, Wayne, why the why was it the Wayne brothers? The Wayne brothers? I forgot to say name, but Marlon, of course, of course. If you've seen Scary Movie, yeah, he kind of makes sense for this movie, actually. He makes great sense for this movie. The Wyan brothers, right? It's the Wyan brothers, I think. These interactions before with older people, it's just awkward. You know, you're walking by, you don't know what to say, especially in the black community in Africa with these particular greetings for different cultures, and you need to respond in a certain way. It can be very difficult. So, just saying hello can work, but some older people will look at you like you just sweared at them if you don't say the exact right words. So, I get it. No way. This music comes from here. I've loved this music when it was in the 2000s, 2010s when this was super popular. So it comes from this movie because they use it a lot in Dragon Ball AMVs, anime music videos. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, this is gonna be a really good one. Another movie that does visuals justice. I talked about this with Oppenheimer, great visuals. The same thing here. And I'm gonna keep saying it with 28 years later, they just put a bunch of like cuts in between the scene. So they would put like random, it wasn't random, it was intentional, obviously, but they would put like war footage and like videos and retellings and all this stuff in between the scenes, and it would completely interrupt the scene. But with Oppenheimer and Requiem for a Dream, the cuts are meant to emphasize what is happening. They're meant to emphasize what's going on, and they are great visuals, and they're perfectly timed because they replace an action within the movie itself. With Oppenheimer, it's him thinking about how the universe works. With him, it's injecting the drugs. So this is how you do it. And I was correct with my criticisms, even though some people obviously were not a fan. Is this guy gonna seriously try and take the gun? Is he still high off of the drugs? Because that is ridiculously stupid and dangerous, and I hope he doesn't do it. Because why? Why would you do that?
Anything else? Huh?
Oh, he was dreaming. Okay. Because I thought they were both gonna go to jail. So I guess he's still high and he's just like having elevated imagination, which apparently can happen, and some people who are artistic would use drugs to try and become more creative. You don't need to do that, but some of them use it for that purpose.
This gold farm.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rabinowitz.
I recognized him. He's the guy from Breaking Bad. Great, great actor. It's very sad how great serious actors don't really make it mainstream that often in terms of movies. I don't understand it. They're incredible, especially to portray a character so faithfully for so long. I guess the fear is that they remain that character, but many have disproven that theory, so it's just I don't understand when it's gonna change. I hope it does because they are great actors.
That's all I have.
I get what you're saying, but again, he could disappear because of those drugs. Like, or because of something bad happening to him because of the wrong crowd. So you might say whatever you want to say about he's your only kid, but something bad could happen to the kid. And then what? This is what enabling does. Like, you might think, oh, well, at least I still have them. But what happens when they get into a bad situation? You're then going to blame yourself for not being a proper parent, and you would suffer for the rest of your life then because you think I could have done something better, which is true, you could have, and that could have avoided the situation.
Goodbye, congratulations, and take care.
That's super suspicious, and I get back in the day it used to be that simple because there wasn't so much fraud and scamming and corruption, but still, calling an old person to tell them they're going to be on television and they get all the information. I mean, yes, he said he doesn't need her money, but you could still get her like a lot of the information that you could use to potentially steal from her bank account and all types of things, forge her identity, like identity fraud, right? Identity theft, and do all types of messed up things with her personal information. So I don't trust it. I really hope this is real because it's gonna be so sad if it isn't, and they're gonna scam her out of her money or do something bad because bruh, like she's remembering the old times, the glory days where she used to be a lot more attractive, a lot more mobile. Obviously, not like she's on a wheelchair or anything, but she used to go out and be a lot more alive as a person instead of just sitting and watching TV. And now she's trying on an old dress. Oh man, please don't let anything bad happen to her.
What I really wanted from them, you know?
That is incredible because I feel the same way. Because a lot of people would say the same thing about me. And it's like, yeah, it was amazing to not have to struggle the way that other people have and to be able to be given so much time and patience. But again, it's not really what I wanted. I wanted, other things, a lot more important things. This is why I'm heavily against whether moms or dads working 24/7. And it's like, yes, you're going to give them private school and you're going to give them, a car when they're 18, a great birthday party with their friends and all types of money. And they'll be able to do amazing things, but that's not really what they want. That's not what kids want deep down. That stuff, like even kids, we've seen it with kids from very poor homes. Those kids do not really mention a lot of their struggles that much until they're pointed out because they have other things that make them happy. And it's like things are flipped because when you are in a home filled with poverty, you are given those other things that you would want when you are in a home filled with luxury and you have everything that you could want. So it's not that simple. It's not as simple as saying, well, you got everything and you're able to live freely and do so many amazing things that other people would never ever get to do, especially with their family's money. But yeah, but I wanted other things as well, And even as well, you could have traded off the many things I got just for the other things. And it's like that thing of rich kids just having poor mental health, even though they literally are rich kids with trust funds and everything else. But, they're broken, they're lonely, they can be suicidal, like all types of things. So it's like, yes, I get it, but the other things are way more important to me. And to most people, to kids' development, that's other stuff is way more important than just the body. So yeah, I love that. I guess she really loves the thrill of it all and the chaos. Reminds me again of Superman 1978, where um I forgot her name. But anyways, it's Lex's love interest, and she also loves the chaos of things. That's why she's still with Lex. So it reminds me of that. Lost Science back in the day was terrible. You're not gonna lose 10 pounds in 10 days. 10 pounds in 10 days. That is 3,500 calories per day, which would be 35,000. 35,000 in 10 days. That's not happening. Unless if you're fasting, you're literally not eating anything for all the 10 days and you're just drinking water. It's possible, maybe. I don't know about 10 though. That's insane. But yeah, the fat loss science back in the day was awful, man. As well of saying, well, no sugar, a lot of people are going to struggle with that. So instead of just saying no sugar, be like, here's alternatives. Here's what you could use for sugar in this meal. You could put in fruits, or you could use like I don't know if they had artificial sugar. No, I'm pretty sure they did. So just use the artificial back then. I don't know how good it was in terms of just how well made it was, but use alternative sugar like artificial sugar. Use fruits. You could use sweeteners. You could use a lot of things uh, to make it a lot better. And some things you don't really need sugar. You don't. You might think you do, but you don't really need it. And your tongue just needs to readjust to the taste. But yeah, instead of offering alternatives, they just say, "Oh yeah, stop eating all these things that you've been eating your entire life," instead of giving alternatives, which is bad advice. You need to give people alternatives. So, is the movie going to basically portray what happens when someone has an addiction in terms of they're not like a functional alcoholic or someone like that? They're more so allowing the addiction to completely absorb their entire life to the point that they're just loitering around and kind of having their friends support them in the same types of actions where they're also loitering around and getting to trouble and kind of pestering people a little bit, but then they just disappear and just hang out the whole time without doing anything productive, and they have plans that don't really work out, and they just fall back to the drugs to soothe the pain and stuff like that. Is that what the movie is? Is this gonna be the whole thing? Because maybe the Brody thing will add a little bit more conflict. It's not really anything happening. So I'm expecting the Brody thing as well as the TV thing to add a little bit more not complexity, a little bit more drama to the movie. It's a lot more productive, a lot more clear of a plan than the whole Brody thing, which sounds like just selling more drugs. But is your friend gonna be happy about this? This reminds me a lot of Slumdog Millionaire with Salim, Latika, and Jamal, where Latika and Jamal were making plans, even though they were including Salim. Salim didn't like it, and we all know what happened if you watched the movie. But yeah, wow, this is a lot better than I thought, and I didn't think you would have plans like this. But I hope they stick to this, or is it gonna be a thing where they do the Brody thing, doesn't work out, and this is the end of the movie with these two do this together, potentially with his friend? When she crashes, she's gonna consume so much food that it's gonna wipe out all the weight loss she went through and some, and it's gonna make her even bigger than what she was before. This is a bad diet. Do not do this. This is like supermodel way back in the day eating cotton balls diet. This is horrific. funny that back in the day, and I remember this, there used to be a huge thing against red meat. Nowadays, there's a huge advocacy for red meat, and now people are saying plants, in terms of vegetables and fruits, are murdering us, and so we shouldn't eat broccoli because it's actually poisonous. So we're not meant to devour it at all. So we're supposed to eat meat. So it's so funny. This was not, what was this, like 2008 or something? And like, look at where we are. Look at where we are. It's not even been 20 years. That's insane. The Switch is crazy. Never mind, it was 2000s. But still, it's been 25 years, and now people have been advocating for super pro meat, and it's crazy.
To go with my red dress.
Okay, she still looks good in a way, but out in the sun, it does look quite bleached. Um, man, there's a saying in or at least in South Africa, where if your black hair starts to go like reddish, it's like, I don't know how to say it in English. I'm not just saying it, but basically your hair starts to look like that, and that's not a good thing. That's what reminds me of my hair, because if you either you don't wash your hair or you just use too many products on your hair, it starts to literally turn like a very dark, kind of like this lady, a very dark brownish red mixed color. It doesn't look great at all. There's a saying, we call it itunze. That's what we say, and that's how it looks like. I don't know how to translate it in English properly, but yeah, it's normally not a great thing, and that's what reminds me. Like, her hair literally looks like that in a way, except for people of her race. So yeah, it doesn't look good out in the sun, so they do need to darken it a bit. So basically, early stages of Ozempic, like a prototype of Ozempic, because that's insane. That sounds like she was sick and that's why she lost 50 pounds. Or she needed to lose the weight to somehow help with whatever she had. So that's like, those are not drugs that are healthy for you. And you only do that when there is medical emergencies, like a person who's super overweight and they need to lose weight rapidly to get surgery. Like, no. Don't. 50 pounds? In how long? 50 pounds is insane. It was legitimate. Sorry, I was lost in how incredible that song is, and talked about this in 1978 Superman. Like, I really miss when movies had a soul through their soundtrack, and man, this song is so iconic. But anyways, so it was real. Huh. Okay. I mean, we didn't really see anything else, but I guess it was real. So the tension is definitely going to be the TV thing and the Brody Dynamite whatever thing. That was one of the greatest ways to show someone lost in thought I've ever seen in a movie. Wow, that was great. That was amazing. And why is she wearing the same? Well, it's not the same, but why is she wearing a red dress like her mom? It was kind of weird. But yeah, apart from that, that was really cool. I really enjoyed the visuals in this movie.
Business.
No, business is to never get high on your own supply. The number one rule, that is a legit phenomenal rule. It's a great rule. So no, that's not business, that's reckless. That was so amazing, especially with showing the both of them going through the same effects. That was great. Oh my gosh, the visuals in this. There before, literally, your mind will make you remember every single piece of meat, every single stick of butter, every single drop of milk or juice or cold drink that exists in your fridge, in your cupboards, everywhere. Insane. I've been here. It is tough, but you need to remember what the end goal is. And also drink water. It's another thing they didn't tell her. Drink water, um, pure tea, like without sugar, black coffee, um, fruits with very low calories, even apples, stuff like that that has high satiety is amazing. And also a high protein diet. High protein diet will literally help a lot because it has high satiety, which means it makes you fuller for longer, instead of the opposite, which is a lot of processed foods making you hungrier. So they do the opposite. All that stuff is phenomenal to keep you, you could say fuller for longer, especially when you drink a lot of water, but not too much, because then you're going to get these side effects of drinking too much water per day. Apart from that, you can do that. Black coffee is amazing, by the way. For killing your hunger, black coffee is great. Just without any sugar. Or if it's gonna have sugar, just put sweeteners in there. And yeah, those are great alternatives. Instead, the book was like, hey, basically don't eat anything. So that is not a good thing. Nah, I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't, again, reminds me of Slumdog Millionaire. I don't believe that. Why are you putting on all this? I know you're putting on all the makeup to look pretty, but he's gonna expect something, especially back in these days. It's not like now where sure you could pay a ton of money for a restaurant and do reservations, all that stuff, and just walk away with nothing. But back in the day, it was kind of weirdly expected that if you're gonna spend so much money, that something would happen, which again, you shouldn't. You shouldn't at all. You should know the risks that you're taking by spending all this money. This is why first dates shouldn't be so expensive. But anyways, I don't believe that. Sorry. The dude might threaten you and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell your parents if you don't do something." Like, come on, nah, nah, I don't believe that. Notice her hair color is a lot better now. It actually matches well with the lipstick, actually, and her skin tone. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, the color grading has been excellent, so it looks really good with everything else.
No problem.
A real doctor, like a real hospital, because there's no way a doctor would hear a patient say, I want to lose 50 pounds, and he's like, yeah, we can do that, right? There's no way with him saying, well, you actually need to, unless if that's what he's going to say, like give her a diet plan that is safe for a long period of time or something like that, because if he just gives her pills, this is crazy. This is like a backroom hospital. There's like those small little offices in those alleyways where people used to get like way back in the day in South Africa, people used to go to those places for like cheap abortions. It's kind of like that. It's weird here. Very weird. So they are selling, but this is an extremely shady place. And I guess the cops aren't gonna bother coming here, it looks like, but still, I don't know. I feel like the cop from earlier is gonna come back and reappear again, just doing a patrol because he's standing underneath a giant light and the store is closed or whatever that place is. So pretty shady, but at least that lady's also doing something else. So my theory of the end of the movie being the clothing store will probably happen. Such an amazing, oh my days, the technical brilliance of this movie is great. That was such an amazing loop, a montage thing. What a great way to do a montage. It was like a, I don't know, a beat, some sort of a music, alternative type of music video. That was really cool.
Yes, Mr. Smarty Pants.
There's no way this is not super dangerous and she ends up like overdosing or just dying from complications over this. Like, how in the world was this a thing? Like, people just had pills instead of eating food to try and lose weight? Like, genuinely, tell, like, if you are gonna comment, if you've watched the video so far to this point, thank you. And if you're gonna comment, or if you have any idea what this is, please comment on if this was real, because there's no way. I never heard of this. That is insane. I've never heard of this at all. 50 in how long? What's the time scale? It cannot be 10 days, bro, or less. You would die. Like, no. Wait, that's even worse. So she gets to eat whatever she wants on top of the pill. So they cause extreme diarrhea or like vomiting? Because that's what? What's going on? There's no way. There's no way you can eat whatever you want and still, yeah, they have to cause like crazy amounts of diarrhea or vomiting or because I thought they would stop her appetite because you can get pills that can stop your appetite and supplements, but no, they just nah, something's off. Something is off.
You just have to love your mama, huh?
This is so beautiful. Is that him as a kid trying to make his mom like happy and proud? That is so my days. Wow. Is this him? Is this how he sees things, I guess? Wow.
Away with all the wear and tear it got from being schlepped back.
TV junkie. Is there a commentary about being addicted to TV? Is there a commentary about that? Because she's obviously using extreme methods to try to lose weight for TV. Is there something there? TV junkie. Hmm. Definitely comparing her weight loss thing to actually being addicted to drugs, which yeah, it exists. You can be very much be addicted to trying to lose weight and potentially become anorexic, or you can be addicted to food, have a food addiction, and literally just, become overweight. You can become addicted to TV. You can be addicted to many things. Too much of anything can be bad, even water, which is what we need to live, but too much of it could actually kill you. So there's definitely a comparison there, and I don't know what side effect she's going through, but it literally looks like she's on like speed or like cocaine or something. Like she has extreme ADHD.
25 pounds I lost. 25 pounds.
25, bro, what is a time scale? 25 pounds? For some people, that's like months, bro. For most people, that would be easily over 2 months on average, yeah. That's insane. Actually, no, that's crazy. That's still super fast because most people would try to lose like a pound per week. So it's like 4 pounds. So yeah, like 25. Yeah, for the average person, that would be over 4 months, actually. Yeah, over 4 months. Obviously, because of the age of the internet, a lot of people are speeding through their weight loss. So it is common to see someone lose 20 pounds, which is the equivalent of 2 pounds per week lost. It is possible. People have done it, and I've seen it a lot on the internet. But realistically, it should take 4 months to do this. If you're doing it normally, if you're like on starvation diets, then yeah, you can do this in half the time, but that would be brutal. And that's why people would immediately after having a six pack months later, they don't anymore because they were crash dieting.
Just have a baby.
Will you let me tell you what I got here?
That is so many parents, dude. That is so many parents and grandparents. They just want grandkids, and that is all. That is all, bro. Ooh, is this like him enabling her TV addiction because she's been enabling his drug addiction? Oh my days. Oh my days, actually, yeah. Th this is like I might be getting it wrong, but it seems like that's what's happening. They're enabling each other's addictions in a way. And they think that they're doing the right thing and being loving when they're not.
Red dress.
Okay, so I was wrong. It's not a TV addiction. It's just being addicted to drugs for a different reason, kind of like an Adderall type addiction or like an opioid type addiction after taking opioids for pain medication, like pain medication basically. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Or yeah, being addicted to Adderall because you were prescribed it for whatever reason. So it's like that. Okay, I was wrong about the TV addiction. It's more about another addiction, which is just a pill addiction. Okay.
Will see me and they'll all like me.
Bro, that is so sad. And it goes back to the conversation that Marianne had with this guy, with Harry, about how, yes, she's being provided for, but she wants something else. She wants other things, which is one of those things usually is to be seen, to be heard, to be liked by the people that are around you, to feel like they like you. Wow, she's been lonely and alone this entire time, and she's felt like no one likes her, and now she feels like millions of people will like her. And she's doing this whole thing with the red dress because it was her glory days. It was when Seymour liked her and all these other people found her attractive, and so she wants to go back to that prime so that other people can like her too. That is so sad. Oh my days, man.
It makes tomorrow all right.
Dang, that hits, man. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there, not knowing why you're waking up for the next day and kind of just roaming around the day and using distractions like television to just not think about how lonely or depressed or sad you are. That's crazy. Wow. I really like this movie, man. Just because it relates to me, to be honest, and also the technical aspect of it, the acting, the sound design, the soundtrack. I really like this movie. I really do.
What have I got, Harry?
And that's why she would want a kid as well, a grandkid to take care of. Sheesh. That actually made me tear up a little bit. Wow. Wow. I did not expect this in this movie at all. Wow. Oh man. Wow, that was really good. The acting was phenomenal. The whole message was great. Obviously, she's on those drugs which are helping her become happier, giving her helping to pursue her purpose of finally being on TV to be seen. And the whole thing about how he says, "Oh, you got friends," and she's like, "Yeah, that's not the same. They don't need me," which is true. You know, they have their own families, their own connections. They might have work. They might have grandkids to take care of, their own husbands. They don't need her. She's been replaced by all the other things in their lives, and it's just that is so personal to me, man. Wow. The acting is amazing, and obviously he's also gonna use the drugs to try and get over how sad that was as well, and to try and just move on. Wow, wow. Okay, this is really, really good. I wonder how it's gonna end though, because they haven't really added that type of drama in that way. They added a different type, so I wonder how it's gonna end. And he's okay now. He's all right. Thing must be about how people can get addicted to drugs and these type of substances because they use them to kind of get over their own loneliness, depression, sadness, difficult circumstances, whatever, as an escape to just get over how sad things really are. I mean, he was crying and then that scene happened and he stopped crying. So I guess that's the overall message so far. I was wrong about the TV addiction thing. It's more about the upper addiction.
Remember that.
Okay, so the drama actually is happening, and he's been working under Brody as one of his tentacles in the street, you would say, one of his right hands to push the drugs and get the money. He gets a cut. So he's like a distributor, like that dude say, just a distributor. Okay, I got it. And yeah, I didn't expect Brody to be death, but I mean, hey, you know, it kind of works in this movie. Bro, what? That's insane. So is he now gonna take over the whole business? I'm guessing like take over the entire street maybe, or get those guys to recruit him to be one of their right hands. And the shot as well of him running. Oh my days, man! This movie. Is she like losing her sense of self, or can she operate this thing? Does she not know how to operate it, or is she legit like losing her sense of self? And that is how addiction works. You start to become numb to the same pattern, so you start increasing it or adding different things to that addiction to make it exciting again, to make it effective, to feel something. And yeah, that is the bad thing about using pills to lose weight, bro. Because at some point, your body's gonna get used to it, and you're gonna feel like upping the dosage, which is insane. So, no, just no. Very bad, and she really might OD this time. Okay, so she's having extreme hallucinations. I think that is a side effect of starvation. We start to have hallucinations. I think, though. I'm not sure. I think. Is that an infection? And also, is she pregnant, bruh? Is she pregnant and She's been doing drugs. Oh my days, bro. Please don't let this be like Train Spotting, please. If you know, you know, man. Oh, it's withdrawal. She's having withdrawal symptoms. It's not okay. I got it. I got it. Well, that was amazing. Oh my gosh, that whole effect, that was amazing. That was superb. Someone take this man's license. Can someone like report this man? That has to be a backroom hospital. Not even a hospital, a backroom office to supply drugs to people. Because what is this? What is this?
Myself?
Just don't put it all on me, okay?
What? What? This lady's crazy. Is she insane? This lady's crazy, bro. There's no way. There's actually no way. This lady's crazy. There's no way. Wow. Oh, I called this. I called this a while ago. Uh-oh. I called this a while ago, man. Uh-oh. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, bro? Cause it's gonna get crazy. We're getting close to the end of the movie. It's gonna get crazy. Don't be stupid, bro. Do not be stupid. Dude really wants to sell off his girl? That's crazy. He really wants to do it. That's crazy.
What is it?
I knew it. I knew it was a trick. I knew it. I knew it. You never did before. She's been doing this. Oh my days, man. This is so disgusting. This is worse than Latika. This is worse than what Latika did, bro. This is, bro, that whole situation way different from this. This is crazy. This is crazy. But it does happen. You're trash, bro. I'm sorry, you're trash. Nah, you're trash. They like genuinely just you could have just got a job, bro. You could have got like some part-time job or something for a little bit of time, saved up, and literally got the money you needed. That was disgusting. Nah, selling a girl, ew, dude. It was so amazing because obviously he's thinking about, I just told my girl to go sleep with this guy for money, and it's hitting him, and he's like, yeah, let me hit up them drugs to forget about it. Brilliant, brilliant, man. I feel bad for him, dude. Ugh, I feel nah, bro. Nah, that dude don't love you like that. I don't care. If a guy's gonna be like, yeah, go sleep with other people for whatever reason, whether it's his own pleasure or whatever, that dude don't love you like that. That's gross. No, I don't care what age we live in. That is disgusting. Even if it's on the other side, like a woman tells you, "Oh, go sleep with other women." No, 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 no. Ew. Can you imagine how she feels? She sold herself off. Ay, ay, ay. Technical brilliance of this movie. Oh my days, the technical majesticness. It's wow. Wow. Is she gonna get kidnapped by those guys? 'Cause they look a bit suspicious, like they're from that other dude's gang. Never mind, those dudes were just weird. Or maybe they're following her to find the other distributors, maybe. But ew, dude. Ew. Ew. Now she's becoming mad. Oh my days. And the music as well. Wow, man. Now she's fully there. That doctor needs to be arrested. And get the drugs to deal with the pain of what's going through her head. That's insane. Okay. Was this their genius of what way of trying to kill all the competitors and like monopolize the entire street because all the distributors would be here to buy the drugs to sell them off? That's genius. That's actually very genius. Oh, okay, never mind. So the dude who shot up was the one who caused trouble, which made all the other guys panic and shoot at them. Okay, never mind. I thought there was some crazy 3D, 4D thing they were trying to do. Never mind. Yeah, she's gonna lose her mind. She sold herself off for nothing. On her head, or did she like mess with their home, the electricity, and forget to pay or something? Like, did she do all this chaos from the energy and just forget because of the pills?
You fucking loser!
What would you expect to happen? She's also going through withdrawal too, but bro, come on, bro. You had your whole girl do all that nonsense. Ah, man. Ew, dude. Ew, ew. Is this man gonna sell off his girl again? No way she agrees, bro. Please do not agree. Like, honestly, do not agree. This could go south in many ways. Don't agree, man. Ew.
Fucking streets!
This boy insane. Bro, it's your fault. Yes, you chose to do that 1000%. But you manipulated her too. What? And now you're mad at her and you're an idiot, man. Yeah, I don't know what the fridge represents except I guess hunger pains, I guess. And is Seymour alive? Like Seymour's alive. He just left her. And she thinks it's because she just didn't have anything to offer, including her beauty. She just was nothing to anybody and they didn't need her anymore. Is that what happened?
Oh, Taffy?
The effects are amazing, bro. 2000 as well? Why were older effects better than the VFX of today? What's happening? It's the same with gaming. The effects of older games from the 2000s, the graphics look amazing, and then today it's like, what's going on, dude? What is happening? Technically, this is just beyond the charts. This is great. I don't even know what this means. I didn't even know what this means. What in the world did that even mean? I have no idea what that meant. Feed me, Sarah. Again, I guess he's just super hungry and hallucinating. That's all I can get. I don't know what in the world that meant, but it looked great. I just had no idea, have zero ideas what it means. Incredible fusion of stop motion and film, like actual camera film, and like they took pictures as well, like a ton of pictures, and they're playing it as a video. It's wow. It's crazy. This man just left his girl to go to after what you did, bro. Are you insane? After telling her that, hey, go and sleep with that guy, it's okay, bruh. This dude is insane, dog. Wow.
Calling me. I have to know when I'm gonna be.
So is Angel that guy? No, it can't be because if they're going to Angel to give him no, 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 no. They have a whole separate plan. So it could be that guy who just likes broads. Like, why would you leave your girl, not even tell her where you're going? For how long when you know she has issues with withdrawal and she's in a very bad space? Dude's terrible. Harry's awful. It's either she's hallucinating that Seymour's still alive or Seymour legit just left her. And that's sad. And it makes sense why she just wants to be seen and why she feels like no one needs her. Okay. I get it. Okay, so I was right. Angel is a different person, and this guy is is the weirdo dude. I mean, what did you think your girl was gonna do? That dude may be a secret CUCK, man. Yeah, guy has a whole infection. That is, that's gnarly. A whole infection. His mom is going to the hospital, probably into a psychiatric hospital potentially, or she's just gonna get pumped with the drugs out. And his girl is gonna be messed around with some evil Bond villain. So that's great. This guy, come on, look at his creepy face. Are you kidding me? He's a great actor, by the way, but really, come on, I really love this actor. Oh my days, look at his face. Oh my days, look at it.
I'm Little John.
Why is he so good at playing a creep, bro? I don't like this. I don't like this to see this side of the actor. I don't, ew. No, no. Yikes, man. Yikes. I feel terrible for her, but again, she chose to go there. But jeez, she needs help. She needs serious help, man.
Oh, damn, Jim.
Yeah, and it's going black too. Yeah, you're getting sepsis. Oh my, nah, that's a bad infection. They're gonna take that arm off. Every last one of these dudes, except for Marlon, is getting a bad reaction from their drug abuse. Well, actually, Marlon has something happening to him, which is his mom. Obviously, he probably misses his mom. Something happened with his mom. Maybe he got kicked out by her. I don't know. But yeah, there's something psychologically with him. Yep, immediately he knew what this was. Is he gonna help? And also, why are all those white dudes looking at that guy? Like, why are they looking at him like that? Full psych ward? Like, they just don't think it's a drugs. Like, they think she's crazy. She's in a psych ward now? Or is this like a place where former drug addicts go to deal with withdrawal type thing? Yeah, doctor called the cops. Yep. They are drug users and they potentially could have some drugs on them. Jeez. What they normally do in those what are they doing? In her brain? Was this a thing? Obviously it has to be based off of something. Jeez, bro. Everybody's getting their consequences. Everyone. Wait, isn't ECT like electrocution therapy? Like they're gonna shock her to try, bro, is that what not what ECT is? Yo, man. Jeez, bro. Oh my days, that was amazing with the whole shaking the sound. Oh my days, that was incredible. Yeah, this is ultimate degradation. Completely for her at this point. Complete degradation. Yeah, she will not be okay. She's not okay anyways, but she will be broken after today. Wow. Wow. Jeez. The other people are in jail. They're not coming out. The mom is gonna get, electrified. Jeez, man. This ending is nightmare for you. Please tell me this is like them hallucinating. Remember when they would have those dreams and hallucinations, but it's not real? Please tell me he's gonna wake up and be like, yo, let us not do any of this anymore. Let's stop doing drugs because wow, this is insane. What are they gonna put that thing in? Oh, bro, Marion, leave. Marion, leave. Leave, leave. You are not recovering from this. Physically, psychologically, you're not. Yo, you are in a bad place in town. A bad place of town. Whatever. You're in a bad place.
It's all right.
She take her own life, or was that like one of those dreams where you fall off? Okay, oh man, I will leave my final thoughts at the end. Jeez, wow, what an ending. Days, that's so dark because they kept saying that. Oh my days, bro, this movie, dude. Wow. Uh, 10 out of 10 movie, immediately. One of the best movies I've seen. Yeah, it holds up to what people say. The ending, that was one of the darkest endings I've ever seen. Wow, that was really dark. Yeah, that is the end result of drug addiction, basically. That's the end result of addiction. If you don't deal with it and you think that you're gonna find a way out of it while continuing your dreams, um, At the end, you have to make a choice, and they made the choice with drugs. And he lost his arm. He went to jail. She went to a psychiatric hospital, and she completely sold her entire soul. So they're just all gone, all destroyed, and all they have left is just hollow things and hollow bodies, basically. That was really sad with Marlon when he thought about his mom, thinking she's finally gonna be proud of me that I made something of myself. And yeah, they ended up at the wrong place because they kept doing drugs and being involved with the wrong people. And he ended up in jail, and all he has is a memory when he was a kid, which is really sad. And the mom, she did all of that. She was warned, she was told to stop doing the drugs, and she was destroyed by them. And the son as well, because that guy told her, you have to tell your son to get off the drugs. You have to tell him to not do that with the TV. And she was like, no, no, no. Oh, she was talking about the TV, and they were like, no, 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 it's fine. And she was enabling him, and here we are, right? By giving away the key, he lost his arm, he lost everything. He lost his girl, everything, and the girl as well. Yes, she was not in a correct mental state. She was very vulnerable, and she did what her boyfriend wanted. And now look at where she's at. She shouldn't have done that as well. She could have. The fact that the last shot is all of her dreams on the floor while she's hugging onto the money is just, it's such a haunting image. Like, wow, that was a 10 out of 10, and it's incredibly accurate. I loved it. And if you want to check out any more of my reactions, you can up there. See you guys later.